Good morning. We are Carlos Murillo and Camilo Castrillón, and this presentation is based on an assessment of the performance of the cardiac system in 2 million young subjects with a heart rate measuring system, which they use during daily physical activities in a period of a month. Uh, the the measuring process was carried out with the Mi Band 5 watch from the Xiaomi company.
Okay, uh, in the slide number 1, explain to the introduction when explain that possible to design a routine based on it health monitoring, an alternative for dynamic control of obesity and hypertension in patients through change in the routine to guarded to personality and provisionality more effective treatment. In the slide 2, explain we will show the evolution of the individual who used the watch for 15 days. That individual in question is that 22 years old and lifestyle according to his age. He is an university student and we range between 67 and 69 kilograms with height and 1.67 centimeters. The measures that are observed in the following graph correspond to the heart rate measured and the different time on the day, stipulated by the right ratchet of the line and behavior of the individual begin and is assigned parameters that has been previously presented. The analysis of heart rhythms vary depending on the activity that a person presents. The right things in the people we analyzed have similar behavior because their daily routines, age, and living conditions were very similar, but that will have slight variations due to the intensity of the physical activity and of each individual. Another interesting analysis that we were able to understand and were carried out that data collection process was the increasability and decrease in the heart rate level due to the activity carried out that determine whether it is aerobic or anaerobic origin. Okay, in that slide number 4, explain the linear regression that read here, special and the NIO club. The regression linear is a statistical technique used to study the relationship between two variables. In the specific case, that relationship of the evaluate the frequency at that 9 o'clock to the 3 p.m. o'clock and 21 o'clock. When a variable evaluate in that wide varied of the situation, but of unfortunately in the range is considered a case a raw sign of no have much relevant doubt to the large relationship in the data. In the slide number 5, initially it was planned to carry out a study of the linearity of emergent here which because that trouble that the here reevaluate will have graduate intensity and daily training was maintained. but the result was obtained was totally different from that expected. The heart rate level have no daily relationship. Linearity of unprogrammed attempt must have handled plus and the heart rate line limited with a collect that maximum rate and adjust that physical condition of either person. This is called that define a criterion with will that intensity resistance of calorie net operation will can be evaluated. The prevalence bar diagram gives a comparison of the use of elite and quality of the throughout the score. In the figure number 5 in the monitor, which on the measure that is the stability by a score that usually the moderate and the elite daily and observed. The first part on the graphic is load the number of the individual elite, and the right part shows that score that vary depend of the quality of the red the user have. Okay. Bit time quality that user took is that graphic of this occasion. Repeat that started process that probably is an analysis of the expression of data and can be seen that the opportunity only sees or the fears and the date with an hello outside the mass limited and mid limited, but out in general that individual maintain a regularity in this all on the day.
We have three main criteria referring to performing physical activity continuously and establishing a higher level of intensity than steps or distances that are covered daily could guarantee the sufficient amount of calories that a person who is obese or overweight needs to burn. This cardiovascular activity can have a combination of an, a combination with anaerobic activity, which allows establishing a time of 1 to 2 hours of daily exercise, which must be supervised by a professional in order not to cause over exigencies that have physiological repercussions later on. Although the basal frequency was not taken into account in the present project, it is a determining indicator